How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Avoid with us tonight. He can say his name and what he does in the band.
What's going on, guys? It's Benny. I sing in the band Avoid, and I'm stoked to be here, man.
Well, thank you, Benny. I appreciate it. Anyway, you guys are out on tour. You released a new record. There's so many bucket list things that we've checked off the list. I'm so stoked to see you tonight. I have not seen you. I don't know if you guys have played Philly yet.
I don't know if we've ever played Philly proper.
Okay.
I've worked on some tours that have come through here. I've been to the Electric Factory.
Oh, nice.
Before.
Yeah.
But I think the only time we've been here, when we were back in 2018, we did a few days of Warped Tour with our old label. And I don't even know if it was in Philly.
It wasn't. I don't think it was.
But that we played at that Warped Tour on the Transform 10 stage. So that would be the only time I can. But we've never done a proper Philly
So this
show.
is the technical.
This is the debut, baby.
Debut Philly show, which I love because I've been jamming Cult Mentality every day this week. I picked it up on vinyl. I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. I know it's gonna take a while, but
stupid ass fucking vinyl companies making us wait 8 years.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Okay.
Thank you for printing our vinyls.
I'm gonna have a bunch of, I'm gonna have a long beard and I'm gonna be old and all that
It's
stuff.
cool. We'll do a tour exclusive variant one of these days.
Very cool. Okay.
Then you can have the instant gratification.
But I have to ask. I have been following your journey for quite a bit. I loved the Burner, the EP, and then I even listened to the old stuff on your previous label, and I've just kind of been following your stuff. Shout out to the home team who recommended me you guys, because you guys are very, very, very sick.
Shout out to the home team.
Shout out to the home
team. Brian, John, Dan. Love you, motherfuckers.
They're all great. But they had recommended...
And Annie, love you too.
Yes, Annie's great too. Shout out to Annie. How did Avoid start out? Because I feel like there's not a lot of information on how you guys started out as a band. So how did that all begin?
So, I mean, Avoid technically started in 2017.
Okay.
But it comes from the band I started in high school, which was called Avoid the Void. And I started that in choir class in middle school.
Wow.
In 2012. And so we were that band for about 5 years and did some DIY touring.
Sure, yeah.
I met Nick, who still plays guitar in the band.
Very cool.
That summer we were both going into high school, and so yeah, we met, hit it off, started playing tunes together, and we had some other members of it in high school, and then now it's kind of either in high school or right out of high school we've kind of figured out who's made it Avoid. But yeah, we started out just because I'd always wanted to be in a band. It's always been something I loved, and we just had the opportunity. My other friend Nick, who I started the band with, he's not in the band anymore, but he was still a great friend. Nick and I were in his wedding recently, a couple years ago. Shit's cute. All still really good. But yeah, we started it because he played guitar and I played drums, and we were in choir class, and we got handed out sheet music that had drum and guitar music on it, and we were like, yo, can we be the accompaniment to the song?
Yeah.
It was really just a way to fuck off out of class.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
I got you, yeah.
And so then it took us a day to learn it. It was super easy shit. So then we had a whole month. So during choir class, we got to go into the band room and just
mess
play.
around. Yeah.
And so that was when, after we learned the song we needed to learn, we just started writing songs.
Yeah,
we just started writing shitty fucking 4-chord pop punk songs. You already know. And then that summer I met Nick, and then we were a 3-piece, and it would be I would play drums on a song, and then Nick would play guitar and sing, and then I would play guitar and sing on a song, and then Nick would play drums because he also plays drums.
Wow, you guys are just a circus.
It was and then we started being okay, we got to be a real band. Let's try out some singers. We tried out some local friends. It just wasn't I don't know. The most important thing in a band is a drummer. Hands down, the most important thing in a band is a drummer. And I knew that there were people that played drums a lot better than I did. But I did feel like I could be the front man, and I wasn't able to find I wasn't I always wanted to be the front man, but I knew that we needed a good one.
You had the heart for it, yeah.
I just couldn't find anyone that fronted the band the way that I thought it should be done. Granted, we were fucking kids.
Yeah.
But still, I was just I can figure this out.
I'm
gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And so that was really when I made the transition from being a drummer to a singer. So then, like I said, we played the local scene, sold tickets, opened up for The Plot and You when we were
now you're on tour with them.
16.
This is great. Full circle.
It's super cool, super full circle, and great to be friends with all those guys now. But yeah, it was really just we did that for a few years, kind of got our feet wet, did some DIY tours, went up and down the West Coast. And then when I turned 18, I was just like, well, I don't want to break up. We're clearly still going to do this.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. I had started tour managing for a band that used to be called Versus. And and there I got to meet some industry people finally for the first time.
Very nice.
That was where I kind of was just like, well, I want to start trying to make some lateral moves for the band, but I don't know if I want like you to look up Avoid the Void and see like
the
me
old
as
stuff,
like a 14-year-old attached to it. So
Fair enough.
we decided consciously there that we were going to change the name but we didn't break up. So really Avoid started in 2012, but we became,
technically
2017 is when we made this project be what it was, and then I really wouldn't say until 2019. I mean, 2018 we got Paul, and it was Paul is the best drummer. Like I said,
can't
the
agree.
Important thing in a
Paul.
band is a drummer.
Chef's kiss.
So good. And then Chris actually started touring with us as a photographer.
Wow.
He was our photographer for a while, and we met Chris actually back in. Was it 2017 or 2018? It was our first tour as a Void.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it was 2017. It was our first tour as a Void, and he was guitar teching for a band called Redeem Revive. And we were just like, yo, he's something special. He's not even in the band, and he's busting ass. He knows how everything works. It's just like, yo, he's something special. And then we were just friends for years. Literally, even that summer, we tried to get him to come play with us because our bass player at the time couldn't make the tour.
Sure, yeah.
We were like, yo, you want to come
You
tour
wanna
with
just
us?
come out, yeah.
Yeah, and then he started getting really into content, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This kid's fucking talented.
Yeah, let's go.
And then, so yeah, that summer we then, or like that next year, it was the summer of 2019, we started bringing Chris out as our photographer. And then on one of his first tours with us, it was when kind of shit went south with our old bass player. And it was like,
perfect timing. Let's,
you wanna,
the door is open.
You wanna be in the band?
Yeah.
And then that is really when I would say, like, that was when Avoid became a Void. Like, we figured a lot of shit out with Chris. We did the burner. And
yes.
Like, and yes, we have our first record, and I'm not gonna just sit here and be like fuck our first record. But it was a different time, and we were different people, and we still thought we had to like play the game and do certain things.
Sure,
and then when we got Chris, and we were able to kind of like start not giving a fuck.
You just do whatever you want.
We could just start doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
And is when we started finding a little bit of success within the band, and we started having way more fun with it. So it was like, oh, cool, we're just going to keep being ourselves.
Yeah.
But we really didn't learn that lesson until a few years ago when we got Chris, and we got now we have this lineup. So yeah. Long story short, Avoid started in 2012, but Avoid really started in 2019.
Yeah. I do feel like, because I have found out about you guys through your old label, and I listened to Alone, and I have, like, the CD, I have, like, the hoodie that I still have, and people compliment it all the time. Great hoodie. You can still buy it in the store. Go pick it up. But
merch now, I think.
Merch now. I'll leave a link.
Hopefully, I think our Merch Now store still works.
We'll
figure it out.
That'll be a post. But I had found out about your band originally through Alone, and I was like, man, this is such a great like metalcore album.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, what are they gonna do next? And then you guys released the Burner, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a shift. It's still the same, like it still has like that metalcore roots, but there's something about it. It's a little different, but I love it. And then now I get the jump from the Burner to Cult Mentality, where I'm like, oh, okay. So there was a shift between Alone and the Burner, and then from the Burner to Cult Mentality. It's all making sense now.
Yeah, no, and so I think for us it was like with Alone, we've always been like very similar to our personalities. I'd like to think. Like we've always been just goofy, constantly cracking jokes, like trying to make it fun. But then, like I was saying, like we just thought, and a lot of my favorite bands are like this, so it's no disrespect, but we thought to be within this umbrella of the scene or metalcore or whatever you want to call it, we had to kind of be a little bit more serious and have like certain production elements and certain core beats. And not that we didn't love what we were doing, but it was like we love the scene and we love playing shows and we love being around these people. But if people are gonna like us, we kind of got to do what these other bands are doing.
Yeah, you had to commit to the bit. Quote
exactly.
Unquote.
And so we tried that. And it did work a little bit. Like we were able to do some national tours, and like I said, we were on that Warped Tour stint for a second. And I don't even like. There's not even a specific person or people that I like trying to dig at or anything. But I think it was just being that young, because that was even like before I turned 21. I was like 20 out in that world.
Okay.
And I think it was just starting to be around some of the people that like I grew up like looking up to, or like thinking we're like, oh, that's a big
band, yeah.
That's a big band, or that's someone that's big in the scene. And then you just kind of like realize that like, preferences first, I've had an overwhelmingly positive experience. And most of the bands and the people that we've toured with or gotten to be around, or like my idols and stuff, have been so cool to me in the band.
Can't agree,
incredibly like, just like they don't care about any questions or anything. Like they'll
just do whatever.
They'll just do whatever, and they're so cool. And so most people are really cool, but I think it was just like we realized that some people that like you might think are like the hottest shit, like kind of aren't.
Correct.
And they're kind of assholes, and it's like, oh. And it was like, oh, you're sleeping at the same truck stop I'm sleeping at. We're all eating shit. We're all fucking.
We're all eating gas station food.
We're all eating at that Pilot Arby's later tonight. Like, and it's like, so I just like thought the ego thing about it was really stupid, and I never really understood. I mean, when you get really big, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. Like,
whatever. You're making
million, like whatever. But like, even like the biggest bands that are on the smaller level, it's like you were either where I was at one point, and I'm hopefully going to be where you're at another day, and we're still like it's all the same shit, and I just never understood like big dicking people.
Oh, 100%,
Like, and so for us, I think it just made us lean so hard in the other direction of it's like, oh, well, some of the people that are doing this and the people that we thought we were going to have to impress and people that we were kind of adding a disingenuine part of our sound for don't give a fuck about us.
They
don't give a fuck about us. And it's not doing anything, and if anything, like, they're not genuine people, and this is all. So let's do something that we can like really love and really be passionate about. And so that was when, like, that summer, like the next year, we started writing, like after that Warped Tour stint we put out Alone. Then we wrote the Burner songs that summer, and it was just like,
everything was clicking.
Oh, this is so much more, because we were able to, like, I think Flashbang was one of the first songs we wrote.
Wow.
With that newer sound, and it was just like having that, like,
it
was still fast, it was still in your face, it was still aggressive.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel. It felt like us. It felt like we were, and then it's like. And not like, I think the biggest thing that is misconstrued about Avoid Still is that we're just goofy and just trying to be a party band. Like, our songs are actually, some of them are just goofy songs.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of seriousness within those lyrics, and like, I intentionally, I don't want it to be blatantly in your face, like the only thing you're thinking about when you're listening to us. But like, if you need these songs to be here for you during those tough times, like, they have those lyrics and they have those statements and stuff like that. But I wanted to disguise it a little bit more, and I wanted to make it a little bit more of a, like, from the front, like it's like a reverse mullet.
Yeah.
Like, party in the front, business in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That looked very weird. Don't start that trend.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. It doesn't sound good.
But yeah, that was kind of what it was for me. Is it was just like, we can be fun and goofy and still have a serious message.
Sure,
and still be there for people with also being ourselves. Like, that was the biggest thing, and that was what we want to show with the band too. Is that, like, you don't need to like fucking chameleon yourself into something that you're not. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And if you be yourself and you're just a good person and you just work really hard, like, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to be the bit, like, you never know what's going to happen, but you're going to get some sort of success.
Yeah.
As long as you work really hard, you believe in yourself, and you don't fucking, like, don't take shit from anyone, and don't try and disguise yourself. Just be yourself. And it's like, we're goofy, we're weird, and people, I don't know, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
I think it's about being genuine, right? Like, when I listen to all of this stuff, when all of your collected discography, I think it's all genuine. And the thing is like, okay, yeah, it's funny. Like, if I showed this some friends of mine that haven't heard of your band, they're like, this is great, this is hilarious. But I'm like, there's so much more that's, like, you know, untapped potential, that when you listen to the first song, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I like this song now. Oh, I like that song now. And then you're like, oh, I like the album now. Oh, I love the album now. And then you're like, then you really get sucked into that mentality of, like, really loving that album. And me listening through to it, in that moment, I was like, okay, I like this album a lot, but I feel like this album is going to grow on me. And I can't say for certain, after probably it being out for like roughly like 2 to 3 weeks now, I can say it's for certain it's one of my favorites of this year.
Oh,
like,
man.
100%.
Thank you.
There was some stuff that I didn't even realize while doing it live, which we talked about a little bit, which was it's kind of got these like tropes of metalcore music. And I was like, oh, it unlocked something in my head where I was like, oh, now I get it. It's all making sense. So I feel like for people who have listened to it and weren't really hooked on it, I would definitely recommend giving it another listen because it is not going to make sense initially, but you listen to it a second time and you're like, oh, okay, I know what they're doing here. And
My man.
And then as I've listened to it more, I'm like, oh, this is very good. Like, this is, again, amongst my favorites of this year, and that is no bullshit. I do genuinely believe this is one of the best records that has come out this year. And so for you, Benny, obviously being on tour and playing some of these songs live, how's that been for you? How's this tour experience been? I'm sure being out with like Silent Planet, Plotting You, Canaan Hill, they're all fantastic bands. Go check them all out. If you can go see this tour, go out and see it. But how's your experience been, thus far?
It's been so great, and it's been really cool watching like the record came out while we were on this tour.
Oh,
and
wow.
so we literally have watched like people learn these songs.
That's great.
And like now it's like the record's been out for a couple weeks and we're playing shows and people are singing the
along,
songs back to us that weren't singles, that weren't the songs
like
that
the real mean bones of it all. Yeah.
It's real shit, and it's really cool. And I think it's like, I would say that this is probably like the best tour we've ever done as a band, which is amazing. Nice. And we did a tour with Fit for a King earlier this year too, and that tour was also amazing. Love those guys. Check out their new record.
They're great.
Fucking love that band so much. But I will even say, like, for this, I think as far as our sound, really kind of fits in with that Plotting You sound a little bit. I don't think we sound exactly the same, but I do think that if you dig the Plotting You, you'll for sure. Like, I can totally get if you dig Fit for a King and you're coming for Fit for a King and you see us opening, you're gonna be like, some people are gonna be like, fuck yeah, and then some people are gonna be like,
yeah,
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Exactly. And so, and that's no disrespect to Fit or any of the, even
sure,
if it,
sure,
like, it's all subjective, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Like, even with like Cult Mentality, like, I think there's a song for everyone on that record.
I agree.
I can't ask you to like the whole thing in its entirety. But I do think that if you just are a fan of like all different types of music, there's a song for everyone on there.
Or you'll just like the entire album like me.
Yeah, my man. But like, yeah, so like with this tour, it's been cool to see like people coming and knowing these songs, and then also just like, I think though people that haven't heard of us before and they're coming to these shows, like they're super open-minded because Plot is another band that's had a lot of like,
changes,
genre changes, and they're the biggest they've ever been now. And so I think that the fact that they're the biggest they've ever been, the fans that are here aren't just here to see metalcore breakdowns or just here to see serious ass. They kind of are a fan of music,
all of it collectively.
And so that's where it's like I say it's like really been our best tour ever because the fans have been so incredibly receptive to us, our fans and the new ones that haven't heard of us before these shows.
Oh, that's great. Well, obviously, guys, again, if you're watching this video, you already know you have to check out this entire tour. But
the whole band, whole package.
The whole package is.
As a fan, if I wasn't on this tour, I would go to this tour.
It is 100% well worth it. But the next question I have for you, Benny. Obviously, since you're playing a good bit of Cult Mentality live, what is your favorite song to play live? And what is a song you would recommend to a new listener to check out if they don't know Void?
Amazing question. I would have to go with Cowabunga is probably my favorite one to play live.
Oh, that's class, yeah.
It's just because it's fun, and for me, it's like Cowabunga isn't the most like technically insane song on the album, and it honestly isn't like it's a more straightforward song. It doesn't have the big breakdown or anything, but I'd always wanted to be able to pull off a song like Cowabunga, like ever since I started playing music. So the fact that we were able to do that song, and I think it's one of our better songs, is cool to me. That it was like, it doesn't need to be overly heavy or overly a certain way. It's kind of just like it's roll your windows down. So I do love playing that song, and I've noticed that the reactions have been, which is kind of funny because it's like we have our breakdown songs and we do that, and people do go crazy. But then like between Cowabunga and like Can't Take This Away, like people are moshing harder in the breakdown of "Can't Take This Away" than like some of our heavier songs.
Yeah.
So I guess I really like playing the softer stuff that has that edge to it.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. And then
And I would recommend Cowabunga if you're a fan of middle ground music or whatever, because whatever is heavy but it has that big chorus in it.
Okay.
Or Can't Take This Away, because
I was gonna say, yeah.
it has everything in that song. So
I made
those three.
I made a post and I said this is the catchiest chorus of this year, and I still am holding true to that. So you can fight me in the comments.
Or me.
Or Benny. Please don't fight either of us.
Please don't.
But
I mean, if you want, that's cool.
but if you do,
you don't need to.
you don't have to. It's no good. But
I won't fight back.
yeah, we're gonna be keyboard warriors when we get back home. But
Now you can talk shit about Avoid. I like it. I like those comments.
it only makes him more powerful.
God damn right.
Yeah. So the next question I have for you, Benny, is obviously you're on tour right now, and in between times you got to drive places, of course.
Absolutely.
What have you guys been spinning in the band recently?
Ooh, let's see. We listen to a lot of stuff.
Okay.
We like. I've been listening. I mean, I listen to that Bad Omens record a lot.
Oh,
still.
yeah, it's so
it's
good.
Really, really,
It's
really
so
good.
good. So good.
I've been listening to a lot of A Tribe Called Quest on this
Ooh,
tour.
wow. All right.
Yeah. And then I've just, because sometimes you don't know what to play, so I've been curating a playlist over the last little bit that's literally just like fucking hours and hours long. That's like, if I like, oh fuck, what am I gonna listen to?
you just hit shuffle.
You just hit shuffle. And I mean, I'll just pull it up for a sec, because it's literally like, it just has everything. I used to have another one called Ben Mix. This is Ben Mix.
Oh, it's the
2.
second one. It's better.
But I
Guys.
mean, like, just for the like, Slipknot, My Chemical Romance,
Wow.
Nothing More, Pearl Jam, City Morgue, Linkin Park, Tom Petty, Oliver Tree, 3 Days Grace, Creed,
Wow.
Thrice, ABBA, Maggie Lindemann, Jane's Addiction, 100 Gags, Dead Legs, shout out Dead Legs, Seattle Boys, Young Gravy, ABBA
Gravy.
again, Bring Me the Horizon, Local H, Beastie Boys, Lotto. There's a
Wow.
Plot new song on there. Alanis Morissette, Rage Against the Machine, Kodak Black, Gavin DeGraw, Danzig, Adam's Band, the tour manager, Rarity, AFI.
Yeah.
I could go for it, but it's literally all over the
It
place.
is a mix,
It's
yeah.
really all over
It
the
is.
place.
It is the Ben's mix too.
Yeah. So everything.
Everything.
I depends on what I'm in the mood for, but like, I just love music, and I
can
love
tell.
good music.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck what genre it is.
Good
I'm like
music is good music.
Like I do, I'm in more chill modes or more heavy modes, but like if a good song is a good song and it
Ooh,
starts
yeah.
playing, I'm gonna get into it.
I got you. All right, Benny. The next question I have for you, since, obviously with the resurgence of a lot of bands getting back together, is there one band that you wish would get back together that hasn't already?
Ooh, good question. You talking like metalcore or just in general?
Just in general, is there any artist that you think of when you're like, man, it'd be really cool if I got to see them play?
Man, that's actually a tough question. I'm gonna go with shit, bro.
I gotta hit you with a stumper.
Because it's like, honestly, I was gonna, because I thought you were gonna say like, what's your favorite band that's come back, and I was gonna say Alexis on Fire.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, most of the bands that I've wanted to see come back have actually come back.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is really sick. Man, I'm trying to think if there's a band that I've been like listening to lately that I don't like. I listen to a lot of fresh shit.
I'll see. Well, why don't we stick with Alexis on Fire then?
Can it be an artist that's passed away?
Okay, why don't we do that?
Mac Miller.
Oh, yes.
Mac Miller.
Ooh, yeah.
I would bring Mac Miller back in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that.
Maybe this is the hot take, but I guess if the bands that are broken up, probably a reason for it. But the ones that pass away,
Yeah.
those motherfuckers are in my heart forever.
Unless it's in Alexis on Fire, then.
Oh yeah, Alexis on Fire, please, I love you, Alexis on Fire.
Just stay around. Yeah, that'd be cool. So.
Yeah, because it's like so many bands have come back.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like that, because I was gonna say My Chem, but My Chem's back.
They're back too.
Rage Against the Machine's back.
They're also back.
Like all my favorite bands that were broken up, I feel like are back now.
Yeah, so
like
they were
Green
going
Day
to do
never-
Ben's mix too.
Facts. Like Tom's back in Blink. Like
Yeah.
it's a good time for music.
It is. Yeah, it is. That was like Tom back in Blink was like
Bring back One Direction.
One Direction. Even though the Harry Styles record was really good.
It's really good. Actually, don't bring back One Direction. Let Harry Styles do whatever he wants
Harry
because
Styles.
he's crushing it.
Yeah, Harry's House. Good shit.
So good. So
shit.
good.
The next question I have for you, Benny, is another fun one. You did a collab recently with shout outs to the homies of the channel, Outline and Color.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Love
sir.
those boys. If there was another band you could collaborate with, who would it be?
There's a few. I mean, if we're talking like legendary shit that I don't think would ever happen, like
You never know.
It would be amazing to get to collaborate with like a band like Green Day or like Foo Fighters, or like those are the two. I mean, I'm a big Dave Matthews Band fan.
Wow. Okay.
So I think that would be the most random of worlds meeting.
Yeah.
Which I think could be cool. But I mean, when it comes to, like, I would really like to work with Bring Me. And that could be really cool. Ollie is like, even I don't know him, but he's posted us on his Instagram before and stuff. So like, maybe there's a chance that we get to do something with them. Honestly, I would really like to collaborate with Landon from Plotting You. I think that dude is an incredible talent. Fuck, who else? I mean, honestly, Kane Hill.
Kane Hill would be rad. Yeah.
I would love to do a song. Like we were really talking about the other night of doing a song with Mitch from Silent Planet.
Woo.
Like we wrote a song with Joey from The Used on our new record, Bored.
Wow.
He didn't feature on it, but we wrote it together.
That's crazy.
So that was a really cool collaboration. AFI would be a really cool collaboration.
Ooh.
I really like Davey. Oh, Jacob Bannon from Converge. That would be a really cool one.
I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really open to it, but I mean, I'd say the top one. I would really like to do a song with Bring Me someday. I think that would be really, really, really cool.
I think that'd be super tight, guys. Listen, you go on Twitter, you tag Avoid, and then you tag, Bring Me the Horizon / Ollie.
I mean, honestly, even writing a song with Jordan would be really cool because
Jordan.
Jordan's a crazy fucking anyone.
Tag
Anyone
them
and Bring Me the
on
Horizon.
Twitter, collab ? Again, I'm not a legal scholar, but I believe, I believe in manifestations.
I do too.
Like,
I do too, bro.
So, I mean, come on, guys.
Make it happen.
Listen, make it happen.
I'm relying on you, motherfuckers.
I'm also doing that as like second support. So like if Benny falls back in battle, I'm like healing him up.
He's coming back for
coming back.
He's reviving me in Fortnite.
Exactly. I'm
He's rebooting me.
I'm rebooting him
because I died for real.
But the next question I have for you, Benny. Perfect segue. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this question. Yeah. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
LeBron James in Fortnite.
I need to know.
Or I don't know. I love Marvel shit, so I've bought all of like the Marvel skins in Fortnite.
Oh my god!
So if I could be like Ant-Man, but also in Fortnite, how legendary, right? Oh shit, that'd be so sick. I don't know. Fortnite Thor is pretty cool too. I'm not a DC fan, but I did buy the Black Adam skin because I wanted to be Dwayne the Rock Johnson in Fortnite. So I guess also Dwayne, anyone in Fortnite.
Just Fortnite.
I would really like to be in Fortnite. Or any Marvel movie. Those are my two nerd things, and I would love to be a part of either of them.
Can someone mod Benny into Fortnite just like Benny as himself? I just need to see that.
Just fucking make me in the new Ant-Man movie. Give me a...
Just like put him in
Give me a little
the
role.
Quantum realm.
Exactly.
Just have him like floating in the background.
They got Ruben Rabasa in there.
Yeah, come on, let's do it.
That was the most... If you've ever watched the show I Think You Should Leave.
I have, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was the most legendary thing from that trailer.
That show is nuts.
So good.
I love it. But the next question I have for you, Benny, what is the best band to see live?
Avoid. Duh.
Ooh. Listen, you heard it from the man himself.
No,
right?
no hesitation.
No hesitation.
But it's Green Day. But it's for sure Green Day.
But it's also Avoid though.
But it's definitely.
I'll let you know. I already have a good feeling. I've seen my fair share of some live videos, so I know Brenny, I know the guys collectively bring the heat, They have a song called Heat. So I mean,
we're not playing it tonight.
They're not playing
it tonight,
but it's a good song.
And you should listen to it.
But they also bring the heat.
And then if you guys give us enough of your money, then we can do a headlining set and then we can play Heat.
That would be sick. I do have a question for you, Benny. What is one song that you haven't played on your discography live?
Oh, there's a lot of Alone songs we haven't played live.
Wow, okay.
Because right when we were putting that record out, it was when we were still just only really doing 30-minute sets.
Yeah, so that would make sense.
We played a lot of them, but like there's songs like they're on like Bloom, Buckshot,
oh man,
Shapes. We never played any of those live. And then obviously there's a hand like what are we playing? So we're playing My World, we're playing Blast Off.
Nice.
We're playing Cowabunga. We've played Split, but we're not playing it on this tour because it just couldn't fit into the. We want to.
I hope Gator Fest is on there.
It's not tonight,
Damn.
but I swear Gator Fest is going to be the opener next year.
Okay,
we're gonna
thank
start
God.
playing it.
Gator Fest is
We
wild.
play whatever. We play.
Whatever.
Can't take this away.
Ooh, yes.
We haven't played Board yet.
Oh.
We haven't played Finish Line 3 yet, and we haven't played Midnight 6 yet.
Ooh, you haven't played Finish Line. Ooh, that was a surprise.
That's gonna be tough to.
That's so hard. Yeah.
That's a very. I mean, not for me. I'm just like the whole time. It's not even shit. But
it's hard for everyone else.
It's hard for everyone else. Same with Gator Fest, though. Gator Fest has like the craziest fucking like rhythm in it on the whole record.
Oh, it's so sick though.
Oh, thank you.
My face was melted.
Finish Line 3, we didn't even use a guitar on that song. It's all bass.
What?
All the guitars are bass.
That's wild. That should have been named Gator Fest because it's wild.
Facts.
but
we had to finish you had to
finish
honestly,
the trilogy.
Gator Fest could have been Finish Line 3 and Finish Line 3 could have been Gator Fest, but we felt like it would have been a disservice to the Finish Line trilogy to have a song with singing in it.
Okay, fair enough.
This is the first time we've done both on this record. We had a song with no singing, and we had a song that has only singing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the first for us.
That's how I felt after Gator Fest. I don't know if you guys, well, you couldn't have felt that, but the whole room shook. So that's how I felt. I'm like the Mr. Krabs meme. I'm like, that's how I felt.
Are you feeling it now?
I was feeling it in that video. But yeah, I absolutely love what's going on with Avoid.
Thank you, for real.
You know, again, to cement this interview off here, Benny, what do you want people to take away from Avoid? Whether it be from what you do as a band, you guys personally, because I think a lot of the times when we talk with when I have bands on and I talk with them, you know, there's people behind it that make the music.
Yeah.
And so why do you create music? Why is this important to you?
Avoid kicks ass. No.
Nice. Go check it out. Links below.
Just leave it as that. No, for real. I mean, I think all of us kind of come from a similar background where it's like when we found music, it was the only thing we've ever loved and wanted to do, and it's what I think about 25/8. It's everything I've ever wanted, and I mean, I was picked on at school growing up, and I've had a handful of, still deal with it every day, the mental health side of things, and I think everyone in Avoid has had either worse or better experiences, but all kind of under the same umbrella where it's like we've gone through it. We weren't the fucking popular rich kids growing up.
Sure,
we weren't. We started a band in our garage just because it was what we thought we were supposed to do and what we wanted to do. Yeah. And I guess like I play music for it's what I feel like I was supposed to do in life. Like I feel like this is my purpose, is to be here and to play shows and to connect with people. And I also want to show anyone, but especially like younger people and people that maybe are at the point in their life where they're kind of like figuring out what they're supposed to do. And maybe I don't know. I mean, that fucking growing up at like end of high school, early 20s.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's really hard. And, and there's a lot of confusion and there's a lot of you don't know what you want out of life. So I guess if we can be a presence in your life that's like, yo, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and like you can do it, and it doesn't fucking matter, and there's always going to be hurdles to jump over, and there's always going to be hard things and shit, but you can do it. You really can, and I just want to be that glimpse of positivity in anyone's life, because I think we all need it, and if we can be that, like there's been a lot of bands and people that have done that for me. So I only hope that we can do that for someone else, you know what I mean? Like, and Avoid kicks ass.
They do in fact kick ass.
No, I genuinely, we just want to remind everyone that like, and it doesn't matter, young, old, whatever, like fucking do whatever you want to do. Life is really short, and I think that especially post COVID and shit like that, we've really learned how short life is and how fast everything can change. So have fun, go be yourself. Like, don't be a bad person. If you like doing that, then I don't support that.
No good.
Not good.
No good.
But like, no, be a good person and go spread love, and like I want to be a positive thing in your life, and I hope that because of that, then you can then be positive things in other people's lives.
It's a chain,
and it all flows that way. So be a good person and hug your friends.
I agree. I think it has a lot to do with like, and just talking with you and not literally meeting you, talking to you prior to this point. I can say for certain these are some of the nicest people you'll ever fucking meet. Don't at me. It's true. I don't care
if you
what
catch
you say.
me on a bad day and I was an asshole to you, I apologize, but don't at him.
Don't at me.
I have
It is
social
facts.
anxiety.
It is facts.
I have a hard time
Benny's
talking
a
to people
sweetheart,
sometimes.
All right, but I will say, I kind of, I kind of resonate with a lot of what you said, because for me too, this has been something I've been enjoying for almost 7 years now. So
Amazing.
I think for me,
How
it's
old are
like,
you?
I am almost 30. I will be turning 30.
Legend.
Thank you.
Legend.
Thank you. But I feel like for me, it's always been about having that positive impact, and I feel like music has taught me so much about myself,
Yeah.
and made me a better person, and made me a better person to my friends, family, whoever. So, music is an important thing, and
It's really important.
If you don't like it, you should
Fuck
listen
you.
If you don't like it, you should maybe give another band a listen or something. I have no idea, but.
No, and that's the thing, and that's even where it's like back to where it's like obviously I'm gonna make the jokes of Bud Kicks Ass. Like, I don't even really give a fuck if you like my band or not. Like, I just want to just go support music.
Yeah.
Go support something. Keep this scene alive for the next person. There's so many bands out there. If it's not us, there's a band that you will like and will fall in love with and will want to help then keep the scene growing. So just I don't know, help keep the love of music alive.
I agree. So, again, this is a perfect segue, Benny.
Amazing.
Tell the people where they can find Avoid at.
Well,
what you have coming
it's quite
up next.
simple, my friend.
Oh, it is? Okay. Tell me.
Avoid Kicks Ass on all social media, baby.
Woo!
At Avoid Kicks Ass, all one word, everywhere. It's easy to find. It's going to be perfect.
There you go. Well, please go check out Avoid. They do, in fact, kick ass. I am excited to see them. Hopefully, we'll get some live videos if it's possible.
We can make it happen.
We're gonna try to do that.
We'll make that happen.
Please go check Avoid out. All of the links below to go follow them. It's all Avoid kicks ass, and you already know they kick ass. So
you already know.
So you got it locked in your head. Want to give a huge shout out to Tabitha at Thriller.
Shout out Tabitha. Thank you for being cool.
She was very cool. Big salutes to her. And of course, if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. Also, will be on audio format. So if you don't want to see us, listen, I'm gonna say Benny's a very hot dude. So if you don't want to see the hot dudes, look, hey. There's plenty of hot dudes. So listen, hot dudes on this tour. It should have been called the Hot Dudes Tour.
It really should have been called the Hot Dudes Tour.
So please go check out Avoid. Thank you so much to Benny for coming on, my man.
Oh, thank you. Have a good day, guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Benny.